the latest update, we've added a really neat feature into the Total Quilter software, and it's called the Magic Block Creator. This exciting new feature allows you to design new and totally original quilt blocks in a very fun, easy, and creative way. But that's not all it does. It also allows you to just as easily create unique fabric patterns that can be used to print your own custom fabrics. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Magic Block Creator feature. You'll notice up in the middle of the software, up at the top, there's this new icon, and that's the Magic Block Creator icon. Go ahead and select that to open it up, and you'll see a preview window come up right away. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just by expanding it out so that we can see it a little bit better as to what we're doing. You'll notice that it already has something loaded in here. This came from a previous project I was working on, but I'm going to come over here into open an image. But before I do that, I want to explain kind of what all we have here. On this left hand side we have a preview window, so when you open up and you bring an image in, you're going to see your image right here, and on this half you're going to have the output, and what that is it's going to show you what it's going to produce, and it'll make more sense in a minute. Down at the bottom is a film strip of all the different possibilities that the software comes up with automatically for you. And on the left hand side over here you can see you can open an image. You also can resize the image that you're viewing here. You have sliders, you have plus, minus, fit to, just in the 1:1, which is actual size. So there's a few different things you can do. You also have those same controls on the right hand side for the output. So you can also do that for the output image as well. And these film strips are the size that they are. And right here you have a selection size, and this is your selection box. You can see right here everything that has this kind of crosshair pattern is kind of showing you what is not included in the selection window. You can move this selection window around and you'll see that it just shows you what is available right there. And you can also change the size down here. You also have the ability to change colors. So if you like what you're seeing but you want to change colors, you can do that, and I'll show you how that works as well. We have a little play slider down here that which will kind of go through a few different things, and you can set up a grid. Like if you were going to do a quilt and you knew you wanted it to be 4 by 4, you could change that in here, and you'll see that it will repeat it 4 by 4 times if you wanted to put that in there. Go back to 0. And then you also have this repeat, and this repeat, what it does, it just repeats that pattern over and over and over again. It's not constrained to a certain size or anything, it just repeats it. So let me go ahead and bring in a new image here, and when you install this latest build, it's going to come preloaded with a bunch of blocks already in it. And this, like I said, is a Magic Block Creator. So what we're doing is we're actually going to take a block that maybe we already have. Like I'm going to select this one right here and hit open. And you'll notice this is much bigger than the image I was working with previously. But you can see I can see it all inside of here. I might want to make this one a little bit smaller so I can see a little bit more of what it's going to do. So I bring it in and it shows it on this window. And now I have the ability to click and drag this around. And notice that every time I drag it, it changes down here. So I'm getting a different preview, and I'm getting different options for a block. And this would be like a custom block that I'm creating from this existing block, if that makes sense. So this just helps you create something that's totally unique and original, and it's really a lot of fun to do. So now that you can kind of see what is going on down here, let's go ahead and click on this repeat button over here, because this is where it all starts to take shape. So like if you were wanting to create a custom block to make a quilt, well, you want to see what that would look like if it was kind of laid out as a quilt. So when you hit repeat, you're going to see exactly what it would look like if you created these blocks and you put them together right beside each other. So right here you can see I have this This area is selected, and this is the preview that I'm seeing. That is this box right here that has a little bit of blue around it. If I come over here and click on this one, notice that I'm getting an entirely different look. That one's kind of neat. Every one is a little bit different, and it's just the software taking this area and manipulating it a little bit to give you a custom look and feel. So let's go ahead and let's drag it down into, like, let's say this corner. So you can see that you get, this is a pretty neat effect right here. So let's see what it would look like if I change the colors a little bit. So I'm going to come down here to the colors palette, and you'll notice that you have the ability to change hue, luminance, saturation, and you can even make it black and white if you want. Let's go to hue, and when you do that, notice that everything over here changes. You have your original still there, but it changes everything that you're going to preview, which is really nice. So if I just slide this around, you can see that I'm getting different colors, because I might find a color combination that really stands out to me. Once I find the look I want, now I can get the colors the way that I want. Let's say that I wanted them like this right here. All I would have to do is hit close, and it's going to bring it up for me. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like without the repeat. So this is the block itself. This would be the block that you'd be creating, and when you put them together, it would create this look. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's say we really like this, so let's go ahead and save it. I want to show you what options you have for saving. Okay, so when I come over here to save, I click the save, and you're going to see that I have three options. I have a save magic block, which the magic block is that library we just pulled from. I can do a repeat, so this would be like a repeat of a pattern. Let's say I was going to do a 4x4. I could actually set that up and save it as that. And you can also save it as a fabric swatch. And a fabric swatch is what you used in like Total Quilter, that if you want to put an image in the background like fabric, you can choose your own. You can create a fabric and save it as such. So let's go ahead and let's just do one of each. Okay, so let's go ahead and save magic block. And when I do that, it's going to bring up the save option. And just so I can find this really easily, let's go ahead and do 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and I'll just do A. I just want it to show up first on the list so that I can find it really easily, and hit save. And it's going to save that as a magic block. And give me one more second here, and let me let it do it. It's saving. And the next thing we'll do is we will save it as a fabric swatch, and then we'll save it as a repeat. And I'm going to do I'm going to do something unique for that. So let me come over here to save fabric swatch, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to be like 0, 0, 0, 0, A. I want it to be the first one so that we can easily find it. So we'll save that. And now let's say that I wanted to do this as a, let me turn off the repeat here. Let's say I wanted to do this and create it as an actual quilt, and I wanted it to be 5, let's do 4 across by 6 down. And let's go ahead and take a look at this here. I know I've got it zoomed in pretty far. So let's say that I want to take this one right here and I want to save that as a repeated pattern. I can come over here to save and say save magic block repeat. And I'm going to do the same thing. And you'll notice that it saves it to a directory where I can go back in and find it pretty easily. So let's go to 0, 0, 0, 0, A and hit save. So now that we have those saved, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring this back down to where we were at with a 1x1. And let's go ahead and click on the repeat. And let's go ahead and press play here. So when I hit play, I'll just show you what this feature does. Is it'll just move this window around, and it'll just let you kind of see what different options are available. If you see one that you really like, you might stop it, and when you stop it, even if you've gone past it, you can hit the back arrow, and you can, you know, go back to maybe you liked this one, so you can find it again. Also, because you're stopped there, you can also come back and click and see what other options are available for it when the selection block is right here. So there's just it's a lot of fun to just play with this. I've found that I've played with this for hours at a time, where I was just creating whole new different blocks and creating some fabrics. So just to show you before I click off of this, let me bring up another design here. This is just a sample right here of, this is an actual image of a quilt. So it's kind of a zoomed in image, but I just want to show you, even you can take something like this, an actual photo, and let's go ahead and let's zoom this out and put on the repeat, just to give you an idea of some of the things that you can create. And if I zoom in here, you can see what it is. So you could actually take this and actually print it as fabric if you wanted to. And the way that you would do that would be, let's go ahead, let's find something that just really stands out to us here. Zoom out a little bit. Let me take it off repeat. Let's see here. I'm going to take this hue off because it's actually was changing the color. So now that we're in here, let's say that we really like this pattern right here, and we want to print that as a piece of fabric. All you do is come over here and do Save Magic Block Repeat. Notice that I'm not changing anything to the grid size or anything. I do have repeat on. I can turn that off. This is what it's actually going to save if I have it as 1-to-1. So let's come over here, Save Magic Block Repeat, and it's going to come into my Magic Block Repeat section, and I can name this 0002 and hit save, and that's going to save that. And just wanted to show you that you can actually take embroidered designs, you could take a picture of a quilt, you could take a picture of a person and bring it in here, and it'll allow you to manipulate that and come up with something really unique. And that's what makes this feature a lot of fun and useful too. So I want to go ahead now and show you what all we've kind of created. So whenever you want to load a backdrop into the software, you always come over to this icon on the left hand side. It's called the backdrop tool. If I select this, now it'll come up and it'll say, do you want to do it as a backdrop, or do you want to get one of those magic blocks? Well, we created a magic block, so let's go ahead and select the magic block. Notice that that block is now the one that we created, the first one that we saved from this image. We created this, and now I can bring that right in, and I can actually now create this as like an applique quilt block or a regular quilt block. I have the option to do whatever I want with that now. So I wanted to show you that is, you know, how easy it is to get one of those that you create. You can just come over to the backdrop tool and then select magic block. Now I want to show you that we also saved it as a fabric as well, right? So let's go ahead and just bring in a simple basic block here. I don't want to do anything too special, just a simple block. So we'll bring in this one right here, and I'll go ahead and select, come over here, select this one, and this is the blue, and I'm going to come over here to fabric. And notice that I have my fabric here now. This, when I saved it as a fabric, so I can hit OK, and notice that it brings it in. Okay, so it's really easy. You can create your own fabrics, and we can go ahead and take a look at the other thing that we did. the repeats. So this, obviously, I'm not going to be able to see it in here, open it, because it is a image file. So let me go ahead and bring up here. Let's go to my documents, and it saves it into this directory each time. So we're going to go to, I need it to be alphabetical here, Floriani, Total Quilter, Magic Block Repeats, and you'll see that in here I have all of the Magic Block Repeats that I've created so far. So this is one that was created that has a few different patterns to it. This was taken from an embroidery design, so is this. So you can see you can make some pretty neat patterns here, and these are just taken from embroidery designs that I'm turning into fabric. So I could actually get this printed as fabric if I wanted to, or I could use them in a different way. So you can do a lot of different things with the Magic Block Creator. You can create new blocks. You can create fabric swatches that you can use in your design, like you see right here, or you can choose to make a repeat pattern where you can actually go and have your fabric printed by going to somewhere like Spoon Flower, or even printing it onto transfer paper and ironing onto fabric. So you have a bunch of different options. It's just a lot of fun to play with. I hope that kind of shows you a little bit about it, and that it'll get you started playing with this amazing new feature.